Okay, guys, I am going raw today just because I want to talk about a conversation I just had with a great friend of mine. If you've seen the TV show Hoarders, that guy is an amazing person. Luckily, we were just talking casually earlier today, and we were talking about, he has children, I have children, and we're talking about what are we going to be telling our children, to do for the next 4 years, and he talked about a young man who he was working with, who great person, great scholarship with football, got an injury, now's got nothing, no hope, not sure what to do with his life. And, he's asking him the question of, hey, should I just go into HVAC or should I just do the usual thing, go to college? I have an HVAC contract that I could go for. It's educational, it's free. I'll have a job, making 75,000. And he was like, go with the HVAC. And I was like, yes, because a lot of these white collar jobs that people are going to college for, they're just not going to be around. In the next 4 years, we're not going to be in the same planet practically when you think about where AI is taking us. Now, just in the last year, I have seen AI in my own companies replace salespeople, replace video editors, replace social media marketing people. I mean, I'm looking at India, and I have friends in India, and I have friends in the Philippines, and they are being crushed. All the VA positions are being replaced. Accounting positions are being replaced. I have AI systems that can run whole marketing campaigns for me. They can do the branding, the website, the lead gen, the cold calling, the closing. All of that is being done automatically. And you got to think, like, if AI is already at this point now, in 4 years, where will it be? By the time I'm done teaching things on our school account, there's already something new and better coming out. I might jump on and say ChatGPT's agent mode is the best thing. And then Claude comes out and says, oh yeah? Like, we got this thing now. It's like, oh, okay. Well, Claude's the best thing. It's like, well, have you seen Perplexity? Like, oh, okay. And after a while, you get drowned in all these different tools, but AI is becoming smarter and smarter day by day. New tools are coming out. And people who I follow very closely are telling me that the timeline is thinning out. Before we were saying 10 years and the job market is going to be disrupted. And then it's like, well, never mind. The job market is disrupted now. We are seeing Amazon lay off thousands of people globally. We are seeing news stations lay off tens of thousands of people. We are seeing people being laid off everywhere. And the answer is always, well, because of AI. And I now understand that, I can build a full-blown newsroom if I want to, and I can just use AI to go out, find the articles, find the news, write about it, spin it a certain way, post it out. I mean, I have blogger agents for all of my companies that are blogging automatically, and those agents don't ask for raises. They don't come in sick. They don't call in. Every 8 hours for some of my brands, we have a new blog being posted. I have news brands, and every 8 hours, they log on, they look at the local news, they find news that are related to a certain subject, and they blog about that news for their followers. I have AI agents that I'm creating who are influencers, who are complete avatars. So all that to say, if I didn't have these skills that I have now, I would be just like a lot of you watching this and a lot of students. I would be hopeless. I would be thinking, what am I supposed to do? Now, this year alone, but from January to now, it is March, I have now earned somewhere around about $260,000. And how did I do that? Not using advanced coding or advanced tools, just having the right certifications and the right platform CRM tools. And doing that and combining that with what I know with AI makes me very unique. Now, I was making 6 digits just with simple certifications that college is not teaching kids. And those certifications are all I needed to land my first job making me $40 an hour. I thought I was the best thing ever. My hat goes off to the person who hired me. And my next job was $50 an hour. My next job was $60 an hour. And this is, after dropping out of college and teaching myself these type of automation tools, this is what I was doing. And, before I knew it, I had 3-4 clients, each client putting me on 40-hour retainers, those retainers paying $60 to $70 an hour. So do the math. I was making very, very well for myself, on average about $400,000 a year, simply with one tool, just one. And understanding that tool very, very well. Now, if you want to go that path, I have a full 5-part series where I teach you how to get into that path, where to get your certifications from, whole 9 yards. It costs less than a college book. It's $120. And it's a 5-part series where I teach you everything from picking your CRM system, getting your certification, landing your first job, knowing your worth, tips and tricks. So if you want to learn that, that's there. Now, the whole purpose of this video is for me to try to motivate you and let you know that, listen, it is scary out there in the job market. College is not what it used to be. You can't just go to school for 4 years, graduate, get an entry-level job, and work your way up the ladder, because we now have millions of AI employees in the country fighting for your same entry-level job. And it's funny when you look at AI, because we raised the border, we do all the immigration stuff in America, and I'm not trying to be political. I'm all for it, you know. I'm a son of an immigrant, but I also know that we need to have borders and stuff. So I'm neutral to all of that. But one thing I've been telling people is that we are pushing out certain type of people who can do a certain type of job, while at the same time spawning millions of AI agents who are just taking over the job market. And those AI agents are taking jobs that we cannot get back. And we don't think about it that way, but we should. My own companies, I probably have 12 employees that are fully AI. I check on them, I update them. Sometimes I have to correct them, but they are fully AI, fully running. As I'm talking, there's an AI on one of my screens. I'm looking at it work. It's doing cold emails. It's hyper personalizing emails for me, sending those out. When it's done, it's going to trigger another agent that's going to follow up on my emails to make sure they're being opened, responded to. All that's happening, you know, whether I'm awake or I'm asleep. I've woken up this morning and there were 8 videos that have already been created, cut, B-roll added, subtitles added, exported, scheduled on social media. And I'm thinking, I used to have a whole team of people to do that for me. I don't need that anymore. But let's say a company doesn't know how to do what I do. They're going to be looking for people like me to come in and automate these things for them. Automation, when I started in 2011, was not a buzzword. Nobody even knew what marketing automation was. Most people are asking me, hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, marketing automation, what does that mean? And I would just say, similar to AI systems, we create systems that respond to user behavior and handle all of the marketing automatically. And they're like, oh, that's pretty cool, like AI, great. Now that AI is actually here and it's practically close to being sentient and can just answer and do things at will, now everybody's saying, oh my goodness, we need to automate. We need to bring in AI. And so I always tell people those 2 things you can do. You can take the job that you're passionate about. If you're a passionate blogger, be a passionate blogger, but do it with AI. Enhance your blogging in a way that you can have a maximum output of blogs versus just blogging once. If you are an accountant and you're trying to go to school for accounting, you best learn to use AI with that skill. You want to be the person that can say, hey, I know you're using AI for this, but I know enough to run the AI system and to correct it if it makes mistakes. People will hire you and pay you a lot more than an entry-level AI person at that level. If you know video editing and you're going to school for video editing, a child in my church told me, hey, I'm going to school for video editing. And I'm saying child, he's like turning 18, but you know, I'm 42, so I can say that. But he was like, I'm going to school for video editing. And I'm like, dude, you better go to school for video prompting. Like, learn how to prompt videos first. Add the tools on top of it. It'll make you unique. But learn how to prompt that stuff first, because by the time these kids are graduating college, AI is going to be a prerequisite. You mark my words. It will be a prerequisite for most jobs. They will look at your resume, and if they do not see AI on there, you're probably not going to get the job. Because it's not going to be enough to know the skill. You're going to have to know the skill and know how to also manage the system that's going to be doing most of the grunt work for you or for that company. So all that to say this, I didn't get to where I am now because I went to school, worked hard, got an entry-level job, worked my way up. You know, that didn't really work that way. I actually went to school for international business law. I built a marketing agency just to pay my way through college. And that agency did so well that I eventually went the route of marketing and digital marketing. I got into a job with SEO, and lucky for me, I had a manager or a CFO that stepped into the office and came to my desk and said, hey, have you heard of this system called Marketo? And I was like, no. And he was like, Learn it. We'll cover your training. That's all I needed. And that one system changed the whole trajectory of my career. And, and Marketo is basically one of those systems that I teach in our school account. And it's the system that I specialize in. And like I told you, as a consultant, I make close to $500,000 a year just consulting with Marketo. And that is just one tool. Now we have so many other tools out there that you can specialize in. And these are not tools that will take you 4 years to get a certification. You can get a certification in HubSpot today, literally today. You can pull up that tool, go to HubSpot University, it's free, and you can be certified within a week, and already be on your way to landing your first job. Now, these are different things that we teach, so definitely get there. But I want to say all that to say, listen, if you're watching this video and you're thinking, man, I'm graduating high school, I'm going to college, what am I even doing here? Like, am I supposed to go to college? Am I supposed to stay home? If I do stay home, what am I going to do? And these are questions that a lot of students are having right now. And my answer to you is college is a great social experiment. If you want to go to college and hang out with your friends and do that thing, that's great. But if you want to build a career, now is a time to start teaching yourself how to build automation systems, how to learn AI systems, so that even if you go to college or not go to college, you will still know enough to land a job in this industry. AI and automation is going to be 11 trillion. I've been making mistakes saying billion, but it's $1 trillion industry in the future. And just like the guy who were making horse and buggies, somebody with a last name Ford who learned how to work on engines and built a major company because he saw a trend happening. We are at the same place now. A trend is happening, and people who are fighting against it are going to be buried by it. And people who are leaning towards it are going to be really blessed by it. So I want to say all that to say, not just to sell, what we do with our school account, but also to say, learn these skills quickly, learn these skills now. You probably have about a good 4 years before even the skills we're learning now are irrelevant, but always stay ahead of the curve. Learn these skills now, start working now in this field, in this trade, and eventually by the time your friends are graduating, 4 years from now, college, and they're looking for an entry-level job that AI and robotics are going to definitely take over by 4 years, you're going to be making 6 digits in this type of field because you did the right things. I'm saying all that just to say, pick the right places that you want to be in your life right now. Make sure you are making the right decisions of your career right now. Don't just look at now. Look at 10 years from now. What are you going to be? Are you going to be part of the population that's being wiped out by AI? Or will you know enough to be like, hey, I'm an accountant, but I know this, these many AI tools to help with what I do. So I am efficient, just as efficient as the AI tool itself, but I can also correct, I can also overlook, I can manage these tools for you. Those are the people that companies are looking for. I hope that motivates you. And, all we do on this channel is we try to share the same type of skill set that helped me when I was younger. If I could go back to my younger self, I would have said, what are you doing in a 9-year law program? Get out of there. Start your own company, build your AI skills, learn these other certifications you've never heard of because college is definitely not teaching these, and I would have been much better for it. So I'm trying to help you guys with that same information. So if you have any questions about this type of world or how to get involved, definitely leave a comment below. If you want to learn about the 5-step process I have, just go to my school account. It will be there. I think it's $120 for the whole webinar. And yeah, I hope that helps you guys out. Talk to you soon.